Hi there, I'm Chef Eric Crowley, owner of the Culinary Classroom in West Los Angeles, and today I'm going to show you how to debone a fillet from a round fish. A round fish being distinctive or separate from a flatfish, which is a flatfish or type of fish like halibut, sole, flounder, things like that. Round fish are fish like this branzino fillet that I have here, striped bass, trout, salmon, things like that. After the fillet comes off of the body itself, we'll actually do a little nomenclature here. This is the tail end of the fillet. This is the head of the fillet. This thinner part right here is what's called the belly. And then laying right along here and kind of curving almost like a J, the shape of the letter J, are a series of bones that are running along here. And these are basically some rib bones. And the easiest way to take these guys out is to utilize a boning knife or a fillet knife running right along. You can see here if I take my finger and I run it from the head of the fillet towards the tail, you can see where the bones are basically coming in contact with my finger and catching. I'm going to get my knife underneath those bones and basically start to saw my blade very carefully out towards the belly. When I'm sawing in this direction, I'm actually going to lift my knife up a little bit in order to try and keep as much meat attached to the fillet as I can. And if you think that you've missed any, very easy to tell with just your fingers. You'll actually feel it. On other types of flat or round fish rather, like salmon, oftentimes when you wind up taking off this rib bone, you'll actually have a secondary set of bones running along here that are called pin bones. Okay, the branzino doesn't have any. Some varieties do and some varieties don't. But if you do have pin bones, you'll easily notice them because they'll feel like stubble when you run your finger along the fillet, and they're easily removed with a pair of tweezers like this. It's almost like a pair of needlenose pliers. And we wind up taking the very top of the bone in the pliers and just give it a little pull, and that'll take those little pin bones out. So here we have another fillet. I've got those J-shaped rib bones here. I'm going to get underneath the very end of the bones, saw my knife back and forth, lift my knife up a little bit so I actually take as little meat off of the bone as I can, and I've got as much meat sticking onto the fillet. It's actually a little bone right along here, and there's a little bone right here that I can feel. I can actually do that pin bone demonstration with a little pair of tweezers. I can feel a little stubble right at the end of the fillet, and I can go ahead and get the tip of my tweezers right onto there and pull out that little bone. Once the bones have been removed, you could use these inside a fish stock if you like. Put them into a Ziploc bag like I usually do and freeze them. And when I have a nice big bag of bones and I want to make something like a cioppino or a chowder, I can take these bones and make a stock out of it. So now that the bones have been removed from the round fish fillet, this fish is deboned. It has a little skin on it, which is easily left on if you wanted to grill this fish or saute it in order to get the skin really nice and crispy. You could also roast this fish fillet. You could even poach it as well, although a lot of people tend to like to take the skin off for poaching because the skin tends to get really gelatinous and really kind of rubbery, if you will. And that is how you debone a round fish fillet. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to subscribe so you can get some additional information. If there's a recipe that you would like to see me make, feel free to send an email to requests@mahalo.com. Thanks again, and I'll see you soon.